It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. There's a reason rappers can turn any story into a hit track. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 1,000 attorneys and more than 100 offices nationwide. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, your case could be worth millions. But the truth is, a lot of people either don't file at all or get taken advantage of by insurance companies. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, it's like hiring a legal army that has your back. If you're injured because of someone else's negligence, you deserve to be paid. No shortcuts, no lowball offers. In fact, they've secured some major verdicts in the past. For example, in Florida, they got a victim who was in a life-altering car crash, $12 million. 34 times the highest insurance offer. They got another victim in Philadelphia, $26 million. 40 times the highest insurance offer. Not all law firms are created equal. Morgan & Morgan is the biggest for a reason. They will fight for the biggest award possible and have won a lot. So if you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless you win. That's right, no upfront costs. They only get paid if you get paid. You can start your claim now by clicking the link in the description or by scanning the QR code on screen from your phone's camera. Again, if you find yourself injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Don't say I never told you nothing, man. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. I hope everybody's doing well out there this Sunday afternoon. In this video, we're going to be getting into Joe Budden and his reaction to Megan Thee Stallion. Of course, y'all know that we've been covering the Megan Thee Stallion versus Milagro trial. We've been covering it since the lawsuit was filed. We've been covering all of the paperwork and the details and updates in the docket up to this point, which we're going to get into some of that later as well, because, trial does resume tomorrow. Megan and Milagro will both be taking the stand once more to speak on their side of the spectrum. And I believe closing arguments will take place on Tuesday. But y'all know we covered the fact that Megan lost out on multiple deals due to her being depressed, stressed, and things of that nature. She went away for a retreat. She wasn't in the studio. She wasn't writing raps. She was turning down shows, et cetera, right? Just trying to get her mind right, trying to, regroup from all of the different things that she had undergone since late 2019, going into 2020, and for the few years after that, with all the harassment and cyber stalking and things that Milagro allegedly did. And I say allegedly because the case is still ongoing, but we know what it was. All right. Now, among those deals that Megan Thee Stallion lost while she was away, she wasn't moving fast enough, was the Call of Duty deal, right? And with the Call of Duty deal, it was, of course, Call of Duty is a game, a first-person shooter. You go to the army, you're shooting, you're killing motherfuckers, right? And she was made aware that the skins on the game or whatever also would make her a shootable character. Once she became known that she was going to be a shootable character, she advised her team, nah, that ain't going to work for me. You know what I'm saying? People already been harassing me about me getting shot. People have already made a joke out of me getting shot. People already don't believe that I've been shot. And there's some people out there who feel like even though I have been shot, they wish that I was killed, right? And these are very real things. You could go on any corner of the internet and you can find people who have that sentiment. There's people out there who literally wish her dead, right? There's literally people who have shown up at engagements that she was at, walking with her team, you know what I'm saying, minding her own business, and people have literally jumped out and praised Tory Lanez in front of her and called her a liar and all this different type of stuff. This is literally harassment. I don't know if y'all don't know that or not. Right? So she says, nah, we're not doing that. Right? I receive enough hate on a day-to-day basis. I'm going through enough. I can only imagine what type of shit people would produce online if I was a playable character in the game and somebody that you could literally shoot. Right? So Joe Budden and the Joe Budden podcast caught wind of this. They did their version of covering the trial, which of course they didn't cover it in great detail, but they gave their off the hip responses to portions of the trial. And as that came up, Joe Budden goes off on a tangent to say, he don't even play Call of Duty, but if she was a playable skin on the game or a shootable character, he would have got it just off the strength, implying that, and we've heard Joe Budden multiple times over the years say he don't like Megan Thee Stallion. He don't fuck with her. He thinks she's a liar. And he claims that he knows people in the industry whom she's treated badly. Okay? He never gives any details. He never gives evidence or concrete proof of what his issue is. But he pretty frequently says he don't fuck with her. He don't like her. Couple that with I will buy the game just to shoot her, that is absolutely disgusting. All right? Disgusting. And there's a lot of people out there that are throwing him under the bus and they like, nigga, you already have a history of domestic abuse with women. And you gonna come out and say you gonna buy the game just so you could shoot this black woman on a game and fulfill some sort of weird murder fantasy? That is strange. This is a man who's nearly 50 years old, by the way. This ain't no 16, 17-year-old rambunctious teen going through fucking puberty or no shit. This is a full-blown, full-grown, near 50-year-old man talking like this in the year of 2025. What the fuck is going on? So let's get into the audio. It's only about 30 seconds, but I gotta play it just so people know I'm not making this shit up and people ain't just making shit up.
Down business opportunities, one of which was the chance to be a part of the game Call of Duty, but she refused once she learned that she would be a shootable character, a character that you could shoot. Very smart.
They'd have been killing the shit out of Meg.
Very smart. I don't even play Call of Duty. I'd have bought it off the strip. Hell yeah.
Yo.
You got to.
Them videos would have went absolutely crazy.
Yeah. That was a very down business.
All right. So there's that. That's the audio. And you had people in the background that was laughing when he made it apparent that she would be a shootable character in the game. It sounded like perhaps some people in the background would have done the same, basically. Now, understand, and I know there's gonna be some people that don't like Meg, and they're gonna be like, "What do you think? Call of Duty is a shooting game. Everybody gets shot." Yeah, everybody does get shot in the game. But let's put you in the motherfucking game, and people just decide to make endless, copious amounts of fucking videos of specifically shooting yo ass. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it outside the Call of Duty context, right? Because you ain't gonna be able to empathize with it because you're not somebody who's even of note enough to be in the game. So let's take it a step further. Let's see if somebody decide to go to the shooting range and put a dummy up with your motherfucking face and body on that bitch and just start desecrating that motherfucker, lighting it up like a Christmas tree with the pistol. Some people ain't gonna care. I can't speak for you. But I know for me, personally, if somebody was shooting up a fucking dummy with my goddamn face on it, let me not give y'all no ideas, I would feel some type of way about that. Especially if it becomes a trend. Like, all right, one nigga did it. That you crazy. 1,000 niggas do it. 100,000 niggas do it. I'd be like, fuck. Yeah, that might throw me into a little bit of a, I don't know if I would be depressed, but something like it. You know what I'm saying? Personally. So I'm trying to speak in terms that people can understand, right? Because you look at Call of Duty like, oh, it's all fun and games. Except when somebody has an actual grudge with you, and then they take it and it's like I said before, a murder fantasy. Like, I really wish I could kill this motherfucker, so let me take it out on the game. That is a mental issue, right? Yeah, you can shoot randos up on the game, and y'all, it's more about the gameplay. You got an opponent on the other side who's talking shit, and y'all are actually challenging each other in terms of skill. It's a whole nother thing when it's like, regardless of who is on the other side of it, as long as I see this character, I'ma blast her ass. That's weird. That's weird, dog. But again, some people gonna cape for it. God bless. That's all I got for you. God bless. But to me, that's disgusting, especially to say that on your platform where you have thousands upon thousands of listeners. She spoke on your name in court. She didn't shit on you. She say, hey, he a grown ass man, a 50-year-old man with a fucking one of the biggest songs of all time. She didn't have to give you that look. Megan got about 30, 40 songs bigger than Pump It Up. She never had to even acknowledge that you got one of the biggest songs of all time, but for some reason she did. So even though she may not fuck with you in return, she didn't shit on you. She said, I didn't go after him because he's an established person. He was an artist. He had one of the biggest songs of all time. He grew his podcast. Like, he didn't make his podcast. He didn't become famous off of hating me. Therefore, I'm not going to implicate him in this. But this particular person is only notable to the public for hating me, for speaking derogatory towards me, my family, and traumatic events that have happened in my life. You ain't got nothing to do with it, but you're speaking on this traumatic event in my life as if you do. Right? These are totally different things. And she explained that distinction, and people still act like they don't get it. But for her to give you that leeway, and then for you to return the favor with, I would have bought the Call of Duty game just to shoot her up, is fucking wild to me. Gotta be honest, man. And to me, again, I feel like that just speaks to a deeper issue. We was just on Rory's ass for them black women tweets and the nappy hair and all this shit. And yeah, Joe dates black women. Yeah, he's with a black woman now. Okay, great. But what the fuck was that? Ain't his girl from Houston too, or some shit like that? I don't like that. And as a woman, I would hope she don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Date him, marry the nigga all you want. I don't give a fuck. Give his ass a talking to or something. And these are the people that we have that speak on hip hop culture. You know, like I am really, man, I'm kind of over this shit. You feel me? I'm gonna keep producing content. I'm gonna keep talking to y'all. I'm gonna keep doing what I do. But things like this really just be like, wow, man, this is the type of shit that we gotta talk about and address, and like, it's not entertainment at that point, you know? And it damn sure ain't entertaining. It's not funny. It's not something that I can understand, you know? We all make jokes. We all make tasteless jokes at some point or another in our lives. We're not perfect. We're not, you know, we're not infallible. But this has been floating around. I haven't heard anything of an apology. I haven't heard him acknowledge that it was wrong, that it was weird, that it was strange. He got one of his fanboys or so-called homies. The what's that nigga name, man? Fucking, he got one of the stupid, doofiest names I've heard on the fucking internet. Duff Juice. Again, one of the stupidest, doofiest names I've heard in my fucking life. Duff Juice says it's a video game. The entire premise of the fucking game is to shoot people. Yes. And most of the people that you shooting on that bitch be faceless. or just look like a regular ass person, unidentifiable. I know other celebrities are on the game, but you're not going into the game with malice to shoot fucking Ice Cube. Most people ain't, or whoever may show up in the game. I think at one point Eminem was on that bitch tour. It's a bunch of different people. You ain't going the game like, you know what? Fuck Eminem. Sorry, piece of shit. And then you just load that bitch up and just shoot his ass up and record that shit all day and put it on TikTok and shorts and all that shit. You ain't do that. But that's what that nigga was basically saying he wanted to do with Megan. And a lot of people came out and said they would have did that with Megan. Totally different thing. Yes, you could do the same thing, but the intentionality behind it is very different. Let's not act stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if I get startled and I bump you by mistake versus me just walking up on you and fucking elbowing you in the throat. Same action happened, but the intention behind it vastly different. Let's use it. This hip hop commentary shit. I'm sorry. This shit is going somewhere else. I don't like it. I do not like it. I do not enjoy this shit. I do not enjoy coming on here having to get on my soapbox because niggas want to be fucking idiots. This is something that we came into this. We all love the music. We all love the culture, allegedly. This is something that changes people's lives from ideologies to lifestyles, to people's financial situations, to being able to have businesses, create foundations. People launch whole other branches of careers out of this shit. And it baffles me to no end that people use this means of communication about these people that we love and follow to tear people down in that way. Like, yes, if somebody sucks at rapping, we're going to joke. You know what I mean? That's cool. And even that, you know what I mean? Y'all know at one point, I used to clown Ice Spice a lot. I stopped doing that shit because I'm like, you know what, man? I ain't really got nothing against Ice Spice. Yeah, she's garbage. And if there's something garbage enough for me to talk about it, I'll joke on it. But I'm not going to get on here 5-7 days out the week and just have a running theme of just shitting on Ice Spice and figuring out every way that I could tear her down and make her look dumb, and every bad angle of a photo that comes out, post it up, use it as a thumbnail. Most of the time, if I got a thumbnail, even if it's a person that I'm not the craziest about, I try to find the clearest, best photo that I can. You know what I'm saying? All of those things come with intention. And some people go out of their way to do the opposite. You know, now, again, if something is funny and you're trying to set up a comedic twist, I get it. But ongoing, it's strange, man. You know? Even when it comes to a person like a Drake, I still don't just go out of my way to like shit on Drake in every possible way that I can. There's some people that do, and hey, more power to you. Some people probably wonder why I don't. But I didn't make this platform to clown or, you know, purposely defame or devalue somebody's brand. And everybody's not going to think like me. Everybody's not going to act like me, run their platform like me. And again, more power to anyone else that does this shit. But I know for me, I want to have longevity out this bitch. I want to be able to really run this motherfucker up and be here for a while. I'm not here to just be like a YouTuber for a year or two, make a bag, and get out this shit. Like, hip hop was my life before, and it will be my life after this shit. You know what I'm saying? I respect this shit. I'm not here to try to go at it with an artist and try to act like I'm their equal and go toe to toe with them, and shit is weird. And that's why I don't really have much to say in favor of Milagro, because regardless of how many people she may have following her on her platform, it's like, yo, you took it too far. I don't give a fuck if she's not a celebrity. I don't give a fuck. Like, your intentions were not right. I don't know what your intention was behind running behind that nigga, but even doing that backfired on your ass because he abandoned you as well. So what was you really doing? You made $3,000 off his daddy? Got taken out to a dinner, got flown out, had a good time a couple of times? Some shit you could have done on your own? You're making damn near $10,000 a month off Twitch, $6,000 a month off Station Head. There's so many ways that you could have built your platform in a productive way. Now you're risking your shit and the money that you making gonna fucking turn around and go in somebody else's pocket. Fuck no. As a person with kids, fuck no. So y'all, hey man, y'all niggas got me hot. Joe Budden, what the fuck, bro? You was just out here pleading with MacWap a couple weeks ago. Oh, you shouldn't have talked about my son. You joked about my son. That's low. You hurt my feelings. Kids should have been off limits. But having malicious intent behind wanting to shoot somebody up on a motherfucking game ain't off limits? You don't think that's gonna hurt somebody's feelings? I shoot the shit out of you all day in the game just because I don't like you? Weird. Joe Budden was in fucking Def Jam Vendetta. I never got on the game for Def Jam Vendetta and was just like, you know what? I'm just going to powerbomb Joe Budden from the time I woke up. I got up 9 a.m. this morning. I'm a powerbomb. I'm going to choke slam. I'm a elbow drop, specifically Joe Budden, till I fucking go to sleep. Never did that. That would have been weird. But you know, again, niggas is different. But I tell you what, man, you're doing your absolute best to ruin whatever is left of your credibility. People salute you for what you've been able to create in terms of the business model, being able to grow something off of YouTube from early on, being an early adopter of YouTube, especially in the music industry, what he's been able to do with taking that audience off of YouTube, taking them over to Spotify, doing a deal, taking them over to Patreon, doing a deal. All of that stuff, you would think a person like that would be refining their character, trying to have the longevity of others that have been in, you know, TV, radio for decades upon decades. And again, to hear a near 50-year-old man say some shit like that and think it's okay and think it's funny and try to glaze it over as a joke is fucking disappointing. But again, why would I be disappointed when pretty much every woman that you've dealt with has come out and said you put hands on them after it's over? And we'll see what the verdict is moving forward, you know, in the future. Ah, boy. Fucking sad. And honestly, it's not even about Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about Megan. It's about anybody. You could put anybody's name there. And that shit ain't cool. That ain't it. Yeah, ain't gonna be too many more Joe Budden reactions on this channel, though. I tell you that. There's a lot of motherfuckers who are excommunicating themselves from my channel, you know? The blacklist over here is about to get pretty strong. So we're gonna see how we maneuver in 2026 in terms of content. But some voices are definitely going to be you know, not seen as legit on this side. Y'all move how y'all want. All right? Let me know what y'all think about all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Become an Insider. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. I'm about to do something to lighten the mood over here for a second before I record my next video. But I'll catch y'all in a little bit, though. All right? Peace. Yeah. Yeah, the glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and greats unacknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the stacks I built. I